What's going on, everyone? How are you doing today? It's Singer Roleplay once again, and today I want to show you a very short video with updated Akkhan Condemn Crusader build. The build has really mated a lot since the last time when I compiled it on PTR, and a few things have shifted here and there, and I will just go over the changes that the build has taken. Now, first of all, we are dropping Unity for convention of the elements in the cube, and we also drop Myriad Teardrop of the Star Weaver for the esoteric alteration gem. These two things basically makes us a little squishier, because esoteric alteration only reduces the non-physical damage taken, while Unity will just completely halves all the damage taken, and non-physical and physical, just all the damage by 50%. But esoteric just reduces the non-physical damage, and we still take physical damage and all the other damage. But at the same time, convention of the elements in the cube gives us a huge damage boost, which is very important if you really want to push in the highest of the leaderboard. Another thing that is important for the build is the furnace equipped and the Bleed of the Prophecy cube. This is basically happened when people realize that attack speed does absolutely nothing for Condemn runes, since it has internal cooldown. It has been known for a while, but no one really thought really deep about this. But eventually people realized that Condemn Vacuum has his internal cooldown, and you cannot cast another Condemn before the previous expires, and basically it means that we need the slow weapon equipped and the fast weapon cube. This is it. And Furnace is the two-handed mace, that's why it's extremely slow, and at the same time it does more damage because it has much wider damage range than any other two-hander out there in the game. Another important change to the build is the String of Ears and Leoric's Crown. I use Nemesis Braces in the cube, and it's still a good option. But at the same time, Leoric's Crown made it make it a little easier to achieve the 55% cooldown reduction. And for example, you can equip Leoric's Crown if you have a really good one like this one, or equip Illusory Boots, or equip Illusory Boots and equip Leoric's Crown here if you wish. So basically that's it. I also left Laws of Justice Decaying Strength Cap because I feel that Unstoppable Force is not really that important. I'm really out of Wrath, absolutely, and this attack speed, like we originally discovered, it's pretty much wasted. So also will increases attack speed when we empower by 15%, and basically the passive gives 8% increased attack speed, which is absolutely wasted because it doesn't really help towards any cooldowns or faster attacks of Condemned Vacuum, so it's pretty pointless. I think that overall Decaying Strength is much more important than Unstoppable Force, and this rune allowed me to clear Greater 100 with just one augment, and I did it in like 10 minutes, I believe, or 12 minutes. Yeah, 11 minutes, so under 12 minutes I did this with just one augment. There's no augments on my gear whatsoever. It's pretty basic gear, and my furnace is really bad, under 4000. So I cleared 100 on almost second and 10 with this setup, and I believe that it only happened because I used Decaying Strength. Without Decaying Strength, you're basically like running naked. It's very hard to survive, and I honestly do not enjoy this kind of gameplay. Running naked, dying from everything, since we also drop Indestructible for Long Arm of the Law, another change to the build, which I think makes it a little easier to play, but at the same time a more sketchier to play because you don't have Indestructible, you don't have Second Life, and basically from Indestructible to the Icarus Champion was very hard to survive, and dropping one of these, it's much more harder to survive, but at the same time it gives us mitigation, and which is pretty good overall. We get up to 60% reduced damage taken from the monsters. They get debuffed, and it's very good. I think Long of the Law is still pretty good in this composition. So these are all changes for the build, guys. Like I said, String of Ears, Esoteric Alteration, Leoric's Crown on the Cube, or equipped if you wish, and Convention of the Elements, that's it. Furnace equipped, and Blade of the Prophecy. The rest doesn't really change, a few laws here and there. I still run with the King Strength, and everything else is absolutely identical. This is it, thanks for watching, and see you soon.